actually streaming. Okay, let me just test a few things. Twitch. Me. Okay, alright. Cool. I mean, no one's here to watch me, but yeah, I'll allow it. Bit of a delay there. So you can see that's me on the screen there. Oh, it's like a forever feedback loop. Whoa. That's cool. Anyway, I can probably close that, right? Can I send a message? And will it show up on this screen? Yes, it will! Okay, that's really cool. Okay, close that tab because it's confusing. Open that. Bada bing, bada boom! Now if I stop streaming, is it gonna, like, record it, save it? Guess we'll find out. Okay! Alright. So, I'm doing art stuff. You know how it is. We got a dragon. We're gonna be doing a dragon, and I actually started this before I decided to stream it, because I don't stream, because I'm not very good at it, as you can tell. So I'm like right smack in the middle of phase 2, which is coating the figure in clay, not adding any details, just wrapping it in clay. Phase 1 would have been to make this figure, you know, the tin foil and the wires and the tape and whatnot. What I did for this one is I got some copper wire and made just a skeleton, basically. So this here and all these little spindlies, that's copper wire. And then after I got that done, I also wrapped the body in tin foil to give it some bulk, you know, some muscles and dragon titties and a dragon dick. And I also, for the wings, I got, I don't know that I have any, oh, yes I do. I got like some rabbit cage stuff. Oh, here. Yeah, some of that shit. Just to help add some structure, some stability. And then after I got all that done, I wrapped the whole thing in masking tape. Just because clay doesn't stick very well to just tin foil, and there's just too many nooks and crannies. And after I did that, I coated the masking tape in a layer of just bog standard Elmer's glue, because sometimes the masking tape tends to peel back when you're working with clay. So, that being said, I've got all kinds of loose wires here that the dumb dragon keeps getting caught on. I'm sorry, baby, you're not dumb. Oh, I've got a light. Yeah. Cool. Oh, now this is extra cool because you get to see my screen, my POV. Okay, so after you have your figure, then what you want to do is just coat it in a thin layer of clay. I've got this fancy schmancy roly-do, and I've got it on the thickest setting. I forget where I got this from. I think it was AC Moore when that was still in business. God, I miss AC Moore. But anywho, I just like to roll out a bunch of flat sheets about maybe 1/8 of an inch thick and coat the figure in clay before I add any details. Yeah. Oh, that one's split. Now you may be wondering, hey, that's kind of a thick boy. Is that gonna fit in your oven? Because that's oven baked clay. Not fancy ceramic stuff that you need a kiln for. No, this is just your bog standard polymer Sculpey clay that you would get at the craft store. Bake it in the oven, 275 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. And, oh. Dragon titties! I just saw the chat. Yeah. Welcome. This is my first ever stream. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm excited to share with you all. Be kind of a shitty Bob Ross. Dragon titties. Hang on, I gotta angle this more towards me. Nope, wrong way. Yeah. Dragon titties, dragon dick. Is that something that's gonna get me banned on the Twitch? Cause, I don't know, I just got a Twitch, I just got a setup, I just got... What you're doing is fine, you're doing fine. Yay! What you're doing is fine, thank you. Can you hear me all right? Because my microphone's over there, and I'm over here. If I need to shout... Dragon titties bring us closer. Nice. There's something that links us all together. Okay, too many titties will get you banned. Showing titties will get you banned outright. Alright. I will not show any titties. Got it. Okay. If you heard that, a big old truck just zoomed past. Made a big old noise. Saying titties should be alright unless you spam. Okay. Alright, so I will ration the titties. What I'm doing is I got another wad of clay that I'm just trying to mush because it's been sitting in my box for a while. It's a thick boy. Or thick lad, excuse me. Yeah, he's thick. I have actually had this armature for like years and years and years, and I kept putting it off because I didn't know how I was gonna cook it. Because obviously it's not going to fit in a normal sized oven, and since moving here I've got an even smaller oven. It's like 2 feet wide. This is more than 2 feet. But I came up with a solution that I hope is going to work. I've got a heat gun, flamethrower. Yeah, it's essentially a flamethrower. This is a bit overkill. It's a heat gun. So it gets up to like 875 degrees, but if I hold it just a little ways back, then I think it should be fine. I did a test strip, I don't know, about this big, a few months ago, and it turned out fine. So I guess we'll find out. Alright, now I've got my strip of clay. I'm going to flatten it out with my roller. Now I've got this little sheet, again, about 1/8 of an inch thick. And I'm just going to slap it on. Just slap it on. And then I gave this guy kind of some frills on the back, so that's going to be a pain in the ass to wrap around. But I'm going to do it anyway. Hopefully I can really get a good POV. I see you sent another message there, and I will look at it in just a sec after I'm done fighting this little man. I have no idea what all these mean. By the way, I don't do sculpting, but I'll listen because I like listening to people talk about things they like. Yeah. You know, sometimes you just gotta take a step back and hear some gibberish words about crap you don't know. And that's fine. As I'm browsing TikTok, I Scroll past some people doing car stuff, talking about motorcycles on occasion. I don't know anything about cars. I know I have a middling knowledge on a ton of subjects, but I would not call myself an expert in anything. What's the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. There you go. There you go. This was actually going to be, I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, but this was actually going to be a Drogon figure, but that was when I first made the armature. I actually cut the wings a bit differently. They were, hang on, let me show you on this wing. They actually came in like that, and it was a lot shorter here. Like I didn't have this much. The wings just kind of came in like that. They were more spoon-shaped, because that's what Drogon's wings are like. And I decided I didn't want to do a Drogon. I wanted to do my own design of a dragon, which also added these little frills, or whatever you would call them, here. Kind of like a bird has. Sorry, I have to block your view real quick, just so I can get in this little nook and cranny. Now I'm just going to cut off the excess. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I've drawn too many dragons. Ah, so you like drawing? I enjoy drawing sometimes. I'm not good at it. Like, that's one thing I'll admit. I am good at dragons. Or I'm good at sculpting, rather, specifically dragons, but I cannot draw for shit. In fact, here, let me show off my latest creation. Let me use the better webcam here. Yeah. I did fuck this guy up just a little bit. I meant to coat him in the black light paint, which is what you see, and then add a couple layers of glow-in-the-dark paint. But I forgot that, and then I put finish on the eyeball to make it more reflective. And once I did that, it was too late to go in with the glow in the dark, so oopsie, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I like dragons. I like sculpting, and I like dragons, and I like sculpting dragons. Get in there. I would have to say this is probably my second least favorite part of sculpting, is just the boring part of coating the entire thing in clay. I like to get in to do the details. And thank you, that is a fancy-ass dragon. She's a fancy girl. I was gonna say fancy lady, but nope, that means she's a hooker. But you know what? She can be a hooker. Good for her. Girls gotta work. Okay, time to roll out some more stuff. Here, I'll turn my camera so you can see. Again, you gotta mush it so it's soft, otherwise you get all this kind of crumbly stuff. And what size do I need? I'm gonna go with a long and narrow. Need some WD-40 in that. There we go. I think I've drawn a two-headed ice dragon, a snake-like dragon hunting birds, an armored dragon who got mad at its owners. Oh yeah, good for them. Now you dress me up in your fancy human clothes. I'm a dragon. I don't need armor. My scales are armor. And you could also argue, yeah, I'm a dragon, nobody owns me. I'll own you in the fucking battlefield, punk. Sorry. I just whacked my dragon, who in turn whacked the microphone. Nope, wrong way. There's gonna be a lot of shifting the cameras around. Yes, I have a ton of clothes on my counter. I just haven't gotten around to folding them. You know how it is. The backstory is for the angry dragon. He was a tamed war dragon, but he didn't get enough belly rubs. That is a legitimate reason to not get angry. My parents' dog, who was once my sister's dog, but then she was an asshole. Anyway, she will come up to my dad while he's sitting on his recliner, and she'll just, like, put her head up on the chair like that, and look at him with soulful eyes. Like, hey, I want uppies. And she'll, if he doesn't let her up, she'll just start going like that, until he does let her up. Even if he's got his computer in his lap, like, no, you put that aside. Make room for the dog. Dogs are more important. Or dogs and their belly rubs and their mushins are more important than whatever you could be doing on the computer. Alright, let's spin you around, baby girl. Yes. We got a little weak spot at the back here. Would you stop hooking onto me? Are you okay, like, health-wise? Well, that is a bit personal, isn't it? Why do you ask? Come on, you son. You also gotta blend in the seams as you're doing this. I ask because you keep sniffing. No, I don't know. Allergies. Hydrate. Allergies and I guess a bit nervous. I don't know. I decided to, stream this because why not? I want people to look at my work and I want to show off how I do it. But yeah, I'm not good at talking. So my voice is a bit shaky, and I guess in turn I have a nervous sniffle or something. God, yeah, I do sniff a lot, don't I? Is always healthy, so that's why I ask. Yeah, fair enough. It's like that meme, no blank ever has all these things. A driver's license, a healthy relationship with their father, blah 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 blah. Okay, alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're in the business. You're good at art, and you have a cool, clear voice. I do? That's something I've always been— thank you for saying I'm good at art. That's something I've always been self-conscious about, though, my voice. I have always hated it. It just sounds like a 12-year-old boy who is fighting a dishwasher or something. But thank you for saying I'm good at art. That compliment I will eat up graciously. Oh, I need another wad of clay. Put it right in here. Oh, I can spin this around now, probably. Now you may be wondering, oh, you missed a spot right here. That's actually a bit of white clay that got mixed into my box of orange crap somehow. Probably because I used to work with large boxes of white clay, but then for some reason the orange stuff was cheaper, so I started getting that, and then I discovered, oh, this is actually a lot easier to work with than white clay. Like, it's not as sticky as white clay. And that's saying something, because if you look at my hands, they're already getting super orange. But if I was working with white clay, then God, the whole house would be a mess. Better than me, I have a voice that will make deaf people cringe. That's a mood and a half. Okay, so now I just have the little toesies, which actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave those blank until I'm ready to do the feet, because they're kind of loosey-goosey, and if I put clay on now, it's just gonna harden and stiffen, and then when I am ready to put the details on it, then it's gonna crack. Sorry, my brain turned off there for a minute. So, that being said, let's just slap some clay on the rest of the face, and then we can start adding details. My clay is sticky. You know what? That's... yeah. It sure is. Now, I'm not rolling any of the clay anymore because the head is such a weird shape to work with that if I did just have a sheet to wrap around it, it would just get in the way. Trying to angle this in such a way that the camera can see and I can see, because being able to see what you're doing is sometimes an important part of doing art. Sometimes, not all the time. Where's my chair? Alright. Okay, alright. That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. Shunk. Okay, I lied. I am still working with a bit of flattened, rolled clay. See, that's another thing about art. As soon as you say, oh, I'm going to explain how I do it, you immediately contradict yourself. Will you add... what does that say? Teeth. Yes, I will be adding teeth. That will be kind of a later process, though. Because if I add it before I do the inside of the mouth, like the roof of the mouth and shit, then it'll just... when I... sorry. Let me show you. If I add the teeth before I do this part, the roof of the mouth, then when I do go to add the teeth in, then I'll just knock the teeth loose if I do them first and then detail the mouth. Here, this is a better camera. Yeah. So, this first, otherwise those will get knocked loose. honestly like the whole white part on top. It's like a, looks like a little nose. Sadly, I can't shape that though, so I gotta add some kind of clay. Sit back down. Just mush the clay in. Yeah. Less clay. There you go. This dragon and I are getting very familiar. I mean, you should have seen me when I was trying to add the clay down here. I mean, we got very familiar. It was very personable. Go sleep soon so I can take care and best of luck. Yeah, you too. Good night. Go get some sleep. You know, sweet dreams. I'll be here for a little bit. And thanks for coming. I really enjoyed this. My first Twitch stream, and I already had one guest. Oh yeah, you got an exam tomorrow, that takes precedence. You might wanna see to that. Make sure you're well rested. And I hope you studied up. You'll have more, keep it up soon, you'll be famous. I sure hope so. I thrive on compliments and attention. But not too much, otherwise I'm awkward. But yeah, good night, sleep tight, don't let the exam papers bite. Be seeing you. Yeah. No, don't hate yourself. But, well yeah, just good night. You're worth more than you know. Don't hate yourself over trivial stuff. That's a lesson I learned. Or I'm still learning. About section. I will. I'll give that a shot after I'm done this for today. I'm not even sure what my about section says anymore. I did that a while ago, and I only just now got back into Twitch. And used tags. Yeah. I actually saw something about tags, but it wasn't letting me add them for some reason. I just have category, art, add tags to help viewers find you. I sure would like to. Do I have social media? Yeah, I am clearly a ginger on, well, just about everything that I have. Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr. Those are like the big three that I would use. So yeah, look me up. Clearly a ginger, all one word. I'll look into my tag problems later. Where is my phone? Yeah, Tumblr, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the big three for me. another thing I gotta get good at if I am going to do the Twitch streaming more often is talking during places where I would normally be silent. Because, like, it's one thing to narrate what you're doing, but if you're doing the same thing for 2 hours, then it's just like, alright, we're putting clay on, yeah, and we're putting clay on, and we're putting clay on, and we're adding more clay. It's like a broken Barbie tour guide. And we're walking, and we're walking, yes we are walking. No, what is that from? Not Barbie, and we're walking, yes we're walking, I don't know. National Treasure, I think it was National Treasure that I'm thinking of, as they're in the museum about to go up to the Liberty Bell, or where the Liberty Bell was stationed. I could be wrong, though. Okay, so I think, aside from the toes and the rock, I think we've got clay covering every surface. And a little bit on the tongue there. Let me just pop that in. And some around the chinny chin chin. I forgot to blend the neck. Yeah, I was just walking around with a slit throat. Poor fella. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Whoopsies. Get this lamp out of my way. I've got a desk lamp. Happens to be right where this wing tends to hit. Hydrate. Yeet! Okay, now what? Where do I want to start? I usually start with the head, but then I haven't done a full-bodied dragon actually in years, really. I mean, probably the last full-bodied dragon that I did would be this little guy. And, yeah, that was a long time ago, well over a decade ago. I was probably maybe 15, 14 when I did that. And I've come a long way since then. Very proud. So, that being said, yeah, you know what? I am gonna start with the head. And by start with the head, more specifically, the mouth. Bring that chair back here. Okay, now, how do I do this in such a way that we can both see? Angle it up. Angle that up. Nope, that's me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold you at an angle, baby girl. So first... Oh, I need more clay. I missed a spot. Right there. Right now I'm just kind of smoothing everything out. Okay, yeah, I can't hold this like that. Oh, time for a nap. Yeah. Oh, that's loads better. Actually, no. Before I add any details, I gotta go over everything and just kind of smooth it out to the general shape that I need it to be in. Oh, yes, I just picked myself up by my hat. It's a multifunctional tool. Yes, it is. Now I am adding a couple of lumps to the tongue to give it that sort of two muscles on either side kind of look. And I need some tools. You know what? I'm just going to get out all the tools that I think I'm going to use now. And I'll go through them in just a moment after I have them out. If I can get them out. Come on. I thought I had... I guess this'll do. Okay, I think I've got everything. And what I have... Oh! Also got my new tools. That was a horrible sound. Alright. First two tools, knitting needles. One big boy, this is a number 17, whatever that means, and this is a green one. These are mostly used for blending in places that are just a little too narrow that you can't fit your fingers. Next up I have this, which is kind of like a, I don't know, just like a loop. That's used to scoop clay out of the way. Again, when your fingers are too big to fit. Oops, I'm sorry, babes. Next up, we've got this silicone point. Blending. It's good for blending. It's also got another head on it, which is a round metal ball. Blending. Although, actually, this size I may also use to punch out the pupils of the eyeballs. I've got another metal ball with a silicone tool on the end. This one's kind of like a bit of a curvy wedge. I don't think I use this. I'm not going to use that, probably. Same thing with this one. Metal ball on the end, silicone tool. This one is one that I probably will use. This is a flat wedge with a metal ball on the other end. And this one is also a wedge, but it's at an angle. Sorry, I can't get this in the right focus, can I? And those I most frequently use for doing like the the lines on the neck, like these. I don't like how I did this dragon's neck. It just looks odd. And a little bit phallic down low. Although if your bits look like that, especially that color, you've got some problems. This is classic pointy tool. Bit of a needle. This is kind of a thick one. But if I don't use one of those metal balls for the pupils, I'll probably use this. That way I can customize the size a little bit more. You know, the deeper you go, the wider the pupils can be. This is also a pointy tool, but at an angle on either end. So that can be used for really delicate blending, or any number of things in hard to reach places. Oh, another thing that I like to use the pointy tool for is adding like kind of skin details. Like if you look down at your skin really closely, you can see that obviously it's not smooth. You've got lines and stuff all over. And if I just kind of scrape over, and I'm not going at an angle, like I'm not going like that, I'm just going straight down and across. Just scraping it up. And you probably can't see with the quality of this webcam. Come on, get in there. You also can't see because my other camera angle was blocking it. Damn, I need a better webcam. Well, you can kind of tell. If I just scrape along the clay, it'll give me a skin-like texture, is what I'm saying. So now I'm just kind of smoothing that out. Although I probably will do that for the wings, so I can just leave it. Yeah, whatever. Alright, spin this fellow back around. Let's see, pointy bits. Next I have some kind of dental tool. It's got a bit of an angle to it, and at the end it has kind of a flat spoon-like extension. And these I like to get under when I'm doing the eyes. I'll put here. I'll show you. Do. There's the eye. And this would be the eyelid. And what I would do with this tool is I will come in and just kind of scoop around the eyeball to really define that eyelid. You can kind of see it. But we're not ready for that, so squish the eyeballs, and now we've got a blind dragon again. I just got a text message. It's from my mom. It's a meme. Dragon. Humans don't hoard things? Question mark? Human. Sometimes, I guess. Do you have a big pile of gold somewhere? Dragon. Absolutely not. The gold hoarding dragons really give us a bad name. Human. So what do you hoard? Dragon. Books? Human. But you're a fire dragon. Dragon. I know! I find these poor abandoned books, but I can't even read them because I know I'll just tear them or burn them. The human runs off and grabs an armful of books before coming back to sit by the dragon. Human. Chapter 1. Peter breaks through... They lie there and read until the sunlight fades. And the dragon can't keep... Dragon? Can't keep the smile off her face. That's adorable. So it's about a human who reads stories to a dragon. My mom knows me so well. How did she know I'd be doing this right now? Oh, looks like I gotta go. Right at the same time, my dad also texted me. Need some help with the plumbing. Had to shut the water off to reroute a couple of pipes underground. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go do that. Anyone who's still here, I will see you, I don't know, whenever I feel like doing this again. Could be later today, could be 3 months from now. Who's to say? Alright, be seeing you. Now I'll get to see if this video actually saves. So,